In Islam, you can marry a woman the moment she gets matured. That is Islam. Fine? A woman to marry. For a man, the moment reaches puberty till he dies. Would you marry a woman 15 years older to you?
No.
No. Your choice. But the Prophet Muhammad married. His choice. Prophet Muhammad at the age of 25 married a woman, Hazrat Khatija, may Allah be pleased with her, who was 40 years old. You will not marry. I will not tell you you have to marry. It is your choice. So with the husband and wife, who are we to object? That woman wants to cover her head. You say don't cover the head. Arey why? Arey she wants to cover her head and the president of France said women should not cover the head. Why? He wants to enjoy seeing women. He can go on the Miami beach. So the problem is in him, not in the woman covering the head. Medical science tells us even a man of 112 years can procreate, can give birth to a child. True?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm a medical doctor. No, he wants to marry a 13-year-old girl who has reached puberty. What is your problem? You don't give your daughter to him. No, if the parents also agreed and the girl agreed, she may be liking that man. 112 years. What a pious man. Reminds me of the Sahaba. I sacrifice everything. Because the beloved Prophet Muhammad said that if you marry a spouse, you look for 4 things. Virtue, nobility, wealth and beauty. The best among this is virtue. And if a woman of 13 years old finds a virtuous man of 112 years, I would prefer, if I know he's virtuous, if I know, not any Tom, Dick and Harry. I would not mind giving my daughter if I know that he's a virtuous man and will see to it that he takes my daughter to Jannah, I would not mind. But after verifying. So, if the man and the woman agreeing, who are you and me to interfere? Why are we trying to interfere their rights? Coming to the answer of Prophet Muhammad that why don't you marry a younger woman, virgin woman? The Prophet may be knowing how that Sahaba is. There's a person who came and said that while I'm fasting, can I kiss my wife? The Prophet said, yes, you can. Another Sahaba comes, can I kiss my wife? The Prophet said, no. So the Sahaba said, first one you said yes, second one you said no. Why? Because he knew that the first man could control his desires. While fasting, even after kissing the wife, he will not go beyond that. The second person, once he kisses his wife, he will break his fast. He will go beyond that. Prophet knew, you don't know, I don't know. Similarly, the Prophet may be knowing that if he marries a matron, maybe yet he will go after beauty. So Prophet advises him. But what did the Prophet do? The first woman he married was 15 years older to him. 15 years which you wouldn't like doing. You just told me that, correct?
Yes.
So the Prophet, he knows because he found piety in Hazrat Khatija, may Allah be pleased with her. Therefore, she is one of the 4 pious women in the world. So the Prophet knows. Like I being a doctor, I may give one medicine to one person, second person, second medicine. You'd ask, why am I changing medicine? Because I'm a doctor, I know. You're not a doctor. So the Prophet gives different advice to different people depending upon the situation. You don't know, but Prophet knows. And do you think what the Prophet said is wrong? It's right. Some people may like younger girl, some people may like older girl. So what you have to realize that it is nothing wrong. It is advice given by the Prophet. Did he say something which is wrong? No, perfectly right. But see his lifestyle. All the women he married, except for one. Only one was virgin. All of them, they were either divorcees or they were widowed. In India,
yes, sir.
In Delhi, the report came, if a girl reaches puberty by the age of 10, nothing to be worried about. Age of 10 also. It's very common. Many girls, hundreds of girls who are less than 13 and they have reached puberty. Many. It's not common. So once you reach puberty, finish. The Indian law says 18 years. Indian law. Indian law. If you was an Indian, it would have been illegal according to the Indian law. America says 16 years. Now who's right? America or India? I'm asking you the question. 16 years or 18 years? Who is right?
According to their law.
Their law. Says according to the Quranic law.
Yes.
Very good answer.
So this is
very good
Quran
answer.
Is
the problem is that when America says 16, you have no problem. When Quran says 13, what is your problem?
I didn't say no problem. You can
finish. No problem. Thank you. Then we got the answer. Quran says as long as they agree, there is no problem. In Texas, the American law says a woman should be minimum 16 years old. In India, if a 16-year-old girl gets married, illegal, haram, prohibited. In Texas, because the Texans, they marry at an early age, there's a special law for women of Texas. At the age of 14, they can get married. Now what's the answer?
I didn't
I'm
object
asking you a
anything.
question. In America, if a 115-year-old man marries a 14-year-old girl, is it allowed or not in Texas? Allowed. So when Texas allows, so why can't the Quran allow? It may not go down your throat, no problem, you don't marry. I don't know whether you live to London 12 years old or not.
No, I don't want to be.
But even if you live,
let God wish
if
it.
you don't want to marry, it's your choice. It is the choice of an individual. This is the right what Islam has given, which you want to take away from man and woman.